One of our principles at UWS is flexible and hybrid, which raises the obvious question of how do we engage and support learners when we aren't there? One exceptionally effective tool is the use of well-designed educational videos. Not only can the use of educational videos be used to deliver key concepts in a more appealing and engaging manner, but they also provide the learner with autonomy in where, when, and how often they engage with your material. Unfortunately, for many of us, we haven't been trained in multimedia learning design, and too often our educational videos lose effectiveness because we make common mistakes. This video aims to share some research to help you create well-designed videos that engage your learners. In order for us to do this, we really need to think about our learners, how they learn, and what motivates and engages them. Much of the research stems from Mayer's 12 Principles of Multimedia Learning, which will be signposted throughout the video. To examine this guidance, we're going to categorise into 3 areas: cognitive load, engagement, and active learning. Let's start with cognitive load theory, which suggests that any learning experience has 3 components that impact on learners' working memory and ultimately their ability to store information in their long-term memory. These are intrinsic load, which as educators we need to be mindful of, extraneous load, which we want to reduce, and germane load that we want to optimise. So before a learner even starts watching your video, you should ensure that they have a clear idea of the content, context, key concepts, descriptions, vocabulary, in fact anything that might help them in advance manage their intrinsic load and optimise the germane load. When you're planning what to put in your video, you need to ensure you choose a manageable amount of content. Miller's law states that the working memory, on average, has a limited capacity, only effectively processing around 7 chunks of information at any given time. So segmenting and chunking key concepts allows learners to engage with manageable, bite-sized chunks of information. To ensure you don't overwhelm your learners, you should only include what is necessary and get rid of anything that is not essential to what they need to know. Throughout your video, you should only add text where it is essential, and then draw learners' attentions to the important information you want them to remember. This might be 2 or 3 key words on the screen, or highlighting certain text, or a symbol that draws attention to a region of the screen. Never ever use text on its own. It is better if you always include a relevant graphic. The human brain can process an image 60,000 times faster than it does text. And if you link text and graphics together, it helps process information quicker. Another no-no is narrating the text on the screen, as this is redundant information and contributes towards extraneous load. Any text in your video should be kept for key terms, listing steps, or providing directions rather than full paragraphs. Narrating your video helps learners perform significantly better than reading text. Giving the learners dual and complementary streams of information has been shown to increase students' retention and ability to transfer information. It also helps increase student engagement with videos, which we shall look at next. One of the most important aspects in student engagement is duration. Research shows that videos lasting around 6 minutes tend to have better rates of engagement. So instead of having one long lecture-length video, think about breaking it into key concepts of no more than 6 to 9 minutes per video. You can see from the research that the attention span of learners drops significantly after that. Be yourself in your video so learners can relate, and keep your language simple and casual. Try to avoid overly professional sounding text or long, complex words. It also helps to use first person, you, I, we, our. Make sure there are no barriers to engaging learners by making it accessible to all. Add captions, use contrasting colour combinations, ensure formatting is consistent. Learners remember more when they are active and interacting with your video, so give them something to do. If you don't involve your participants, they will retain and gain very little. You could try guiding questions for learners to consider while watching your video, or use prompt questions to help them make sense of what they've learned. Have them reflect and take notes or check for understanding by incorporating interactive elements such as quizzes or multiple choice questions. Last but not least, grab their attention with links to previous learning, real-world scenarios, or their own interests to help make the video meaningful for them. And for you, have a think about what you can do to make your educational videos more appealing.